All right, let's talk about the crazy world of premium credit cards. Right now, there's a huge battle going on for a spot in your wallet. And the price of entry? We're talking like $700 a year. So let's get into what this new credit card war is all about.
And really, it all comes down to one big question, right? Are these super expensive cards with their mile-long list of perks actually a great deal? Or are they just a really, really clever scam? For years, this whole high-end card scene has been dominated by just two titans. They've pretty much set all the rules. And I bet you can guess who they are.
So yeah, on one hand, you've got the classic American Express Platinum. It's got that insane $895 annual fee, but they promise you can get over $3,500 in value out of it. And then there's the Chase Sapphire Reserve, a little cheaper at $795, but still promising over $2,700 in perks. For a long, long time, these two were the only game in town. But things are starting to change. That whole two-horse race, it's getting blown up. There's a new challenger, a big name from the fintech world, and they are here to shake things up, big time.
Yep, I'm talking about the brand new Robinhood Platinum card, and they are aiming right for the top.
Okay, first thing you notice, the price. They're coming in at $695 a year. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's still crazy expensive, but in this league, believe it or not, that's actually the budget option. And for that fee, they're promising a huge return. They're claiming you can get over $3,000 in benefits every year. I mean, on paper, that sounds like they're paying you more than $2,000 just to have the card in your wallet. And just look at these numbers. 10% back on hotels? 5% on flights and dining? I mean, come on. Those are some of the best rates you'll find anywhere in the premium market. It almost sounds a little too good? And that, of course, leads us to the big question. What's the catch? Because there's always a catch. To find it, we've got to dig past the flashy ads and get into the nitty-gritty details. And that's where we run into what a lot of people are calling the coupon book catch. It's all about what these rewards actually look like in the real world. A Reddit user, MCH43, summed it up perfectly. They took one look and just said, another coupon book, pass. And that pretty much captures the feeling from a lot of people who've been in this credit card game for a while. So what is the coupon book effect? Well, it's when that huge value they advertise isn't something you can just use whenever. Instead, it's chopped up into a bunch of small, very specific credits. And to get them, you have to jump through all these hoops. And honestly, spend money on things you probably wouldn't have otherwise. Okay, let's look at a real example from Robinhood's card. They advertise this great $500 hotel credit every single year. Sounds amazing, right?
But here's the fine print. First, you have to book through their special travel website. Second, you have to stay for at least 2 nights. Third, that $500 isn't all at once. It's $250 every 6 months. And the kicker? If you don't use it in time, poof, it's gone. All of a sudden, that free $500 feels a lot less free.
And this is a perfect example of what we call stated value versus extractable value. Basically, what they say it's worth versus what you can actually get. One analysis from FinflowMax figured that even though Robinhood states over $3,000 in value, a normal person is probably only going to get about $900 to $1,400 out of it. I mean, sure, that's still more than the fee, but it's a huge difference from what they're advertising. So when you put all three cards next to each other, you really see the differences. Robinhood has the lower fee and some pretty unique health perks like Aura and Function Health memberships. But, Amex is still the king of airport lounges with their Centurion network, and everyone agrees that Chase's travel credit is just way, way easier to use. So really, each one has its own strengths. Okay, so this all begs a bigger question. If Robinhood's card is basically just another one of these complicated coupon books, why even bother? What's the real play here? Why jump into such a tough market? Well, the answer has nothing to do with just selling a credit card. It's about something much, much bigger happening in finance right now. Something called the Great FinTech Rebundling. That's the real game they're playing. Think about it. For the last 10 years or so, we've had an app for everything, right? One for stocks, another for crypto, another for your bank account. The big problem was getting your money to move between them was slow and annoying. So now we're seeing the opposite happen. Companies are racing to rebundle everything into one single super app that does it all. And hey, don't just take my word for it. Robinhood's own CEO, Vlad Tenev, said it out loud.
He said their goal is to be the financial super app for families. So this credit card, it's a huge piece of that strategy.
And that's the key thing to understand here. The card isn't really the product. The card is a tool. It's a shiny, very appealing tool designed to do one thing: get you to bring all of your money, your spending, your saving, your investing, inside their ecosystem, to get you locked into their walled garden.
So let's circle all the way back to the beginning. In this big three-way fight, who comes out on top? Which card is the winner?
Honestly, there is no single best card. It just doesn't exist. Amex, Chase, Robinhood, they've all just built different kinds of coupon books. The real winner in all of this isn't a credit card company. It's you, the consumer who actually gets how this game works, looks past the hype, and just picks the coupon book that best fits the way you already spend your money.
And that kind of leaves us with one final question to think about. As all these companies rush to build their super apps and walled gardens, are we really getting more convenience? Or are we just swapping out the old banks for new tech companies and just changing the logo on the lock that keeps us in?